Hey everyone! Welcome to the patch 4.1 jungle tier list. In this list, I will be discussing the best and worst jungle champions this patch. This list is based on my experience, and some of the champions here can even go higher based on mastery. We will start from the lowest, going to the highest tier. Without further ado, let's get into it. First would be the C tier. As stated in my previous list, these champions can jungle but are not commonly picked and are not as effective as the junglers in the higher tiers. I can put more possible junglers in this tier like Yasuo and Kayle, but it would be better not to include them in this list. Next would be the B tier. This tier has junglers that can work but only in very specific situations. These are more of the specialized junglers that need a team to be built around them to work well. Specific junglers I would like to discuss are Graves, Morgana, and Nilah. Graves, despite getting buffs and armor pen boots, has gotten a bit better, but it still does not solve the core problem of the champion, which is his versatility. He relies on his team for tanking, providing crowd control, and buying time for him to scale. Despite all this, a player with enough mastery on the champion can definitely push him into A tier. Even with the mana boots, Morgana still struggles outside clearing the jungle due to lack of damage and being a CC bot. She works best with hyper carries and being able to consistently hit your binds. With the right composition, she can also be pushed into A tier. Nilah, which is the newest champion in wildrift, fits right in this tier. With a similar problem to Graves, she is heavily reliant on farming first before providing damage, plus, with the recent jungle nerfs, her clear speed will suffer quite a bit. After this would be the A tier. This tier contains most of the meta junglers and are champions that can make an impact in the game. Since there are so many junglers in this tier, I will only talk about some champions that have received a significant buff or nerf compared to the last major patch. Gwen, despite the boots of mana, which is great for all AP junglers, has fallen yet another tier. From S+ until A, the current meta does not favor hyperscaling junglers, and the recent patch made her slow clear even slower. Fizz for me is a low-key OP jungler that can work in the right conditions. Combining the mana boots with sudden impact and magic pendant, he almost does true damage and can burst his opponents even in the early game. Getting early kills will allow Fizz to snowball the game, and it's very hard to catch this champion. The last jungler I'll talk about in this tier is Twitch. Currently, he is the most inconsistent jungle right now since he is a very cheesy pick, and either he gets fed early and carries the game by himself, or gets no successful ganks off and is useless the entire game. Then we go to the S tier. This tier currently has the most movement since a lot of champions have risen in this tier. With the introduction of the new boots and rune system, a lot of these junglers have benefited from this, making burst damage the new jungle meta. Kayn, Jace, and Pantheon are three champions in this tier that have gotten indirect buffs with a new update. Combining Ghostblade with sudden impact and dynamic boots allows them to burst any squishy target in one combo. This is also true with AP champions like Evelynn and Diana, who are now more impactful early due to the update. All of these champions have the ability to even become S+ depending on the lineup and mastery of the champion. Finally, we go to the S+ tier. In this tier, you will find the three best champions in the current patch, which are Kha'Zix, Volibear, and Rengar. Kha'Zix is a champion who has benefited the most from the new update, and it made it easier for him to spike faster, instantly burst a target, and easily get out with the use of the evolved third skill. With everyone playing burst champions, Kha'Zix would benefit the most because everyone is now squishier and it makes them easier to kill. Second would be Volibear. Despite getting nerfs and not benefiting that much from the new system, is still in the S+ just because his kit is that broken. Volibear is currently the best tank in the game, allowing him to farm fast, burst down targets, and easily tower dive your opponents. Last in this list is Rengar. Getting the best from both worlds is currently the most versatile jungle this patch. He can either build like Kha'Zix, which is pure burst, or Volibear, who is more on the tanky side but can still deal damage. This is what makes him so good, and that is why he is still in the S+ tier. And there you have it. This is my take on the current tier list this patch. If I missed anything or have any suggestions, please comment down below. Feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed for more content. That is it for me, and thanks for watching. Peace out. Ciao, ciao.